Okay, so the previous video, we gave you a systematic overview of the 7 basic stems, the 7 basic Hebrew stems. But we did it for the perfect tense. There are 2 basic tenses in Hebrew, the perfect tense and the imperfect tense. And there are 7 basic stems. There are more than that, but that's the basics. And we showed you all the third masculine singulars of those basic stems. Why? Because they're the simplest ones. The paradigms we'll learn later. Actually, you already know them, but I'm going to discipline myself and not talk about it. So the song so far, to memorize these basic stem forms, went like this. Ka-tal, nik-tal, kit-tail, ku-tal, hit-ka-tail, hick-teel, hok-tal. And now the rest of the song. So Hebrew imperfect verb stems. So the basic stem used to be called the call stem. I like to call it the G stem. It is the base stem. You've already learned it, right? Yik-tol is the basic imperfect form, third masculine singular, for this basic stem. Remember, yik-tol, tik-tol, tik-tol. So yik-tol is the basic form of this of the call stem. It has in its normal form, there are variations. It has a hierarch. It has a yod performative, right? Because the imperfect tends to put stuff on the front. And a yod is a third masculine singular thing you put on the front. So yiktol means he will kill. Although, again, the imperfect tense isn't a simple future, but again, stuff we've talked about before. So that's yiktol. And now what is the next stem? The nifal, or N version of that, is yikatel. Okay, so the key here, we got the yod. The yod is still there, telling me that it's third masculine singular on the front, the performative. But notice this doubled first letter. So we talked about the D stem in the previous video, the doubling stem, what used to be called the Hithpael stem. It doubles the second main consonant. The imperfect of the nifal doubles the first. Why? Can you guess? Stop. Think about it. Why would it double the first consonant? Because there was an N there, right? And nun assimilates when no vowel separates. So it was yin katel, and the N got sucked into the kof, and it became a doubled kof. So that N, it's hiding there. I'm hiding, come find me, is where the N of the N stem or nifal stem is hiding in here. So the telltale sign of the N stem in the imperfect is a doubled first letter. Dun, dun, dun. Hold that thought. Okay, so what did the doubled look like in this? It's still doubled. See, we've got a doubled second letter that, again, is telling you that it's a D stem. And we've got the yod, as usual, a performative on the front, telling you it's third masculine singular, yikatel. So the N doubles the first consonant, the D doubles the second consonant. So yiktol, yikatel, yakatel. Okay, another sign of the D stem or PL in the imperfect is the shavah under the performative. A shavah under the performative is sometimes an indication that you're looking at the D stem of an imperfect. So the doubling is the key, is the biggest key, but a shavah under the performative can indicate that it is a D stem imperfect. Okay, the pual or D passive, DP stem, what does it look like? Well, we've got the U of the pual, right? We got the doubled and we've got the A. Actually, everything's there, right? It's beautiful. We've got the pual, all the letters of all the vowels of the perfect are there, but it's got a yod at the front, which tells you it's imperfect, third masculine singular, and it's got the telltale shavah under the performative. Okay, so that's not hard, really. And it, again, the D stem means to put it in that state. And so the pual of it is to be put into that state. So if to break, shavar, is the G stem, then the D stem is shaver, is to shatter, to put into a broken state or to shatter. Okay, and so what does the Hithpael then look like? Well, Hithpael. Actually, Everything here is exactly the same as the perfect Hithpael, except the performative has taken the place of the he. And so you know it's third masculine singular imperfect because of the yod at the front, and it's Hithpael. It's all there. So easy peasy, right? The pual, it looks like the pual with the yod on the front and a shavah, and then the Hithpael looks like a Hithpael except a yod on the front. It's a Hithpael. All right? So again, not so hard as you might think. The last two stems, the Hiphil still has the telltale Hirik yod after the second consonant. And so if the D stem puts a shavah under the performative, a telltale sign of the Hiphil is a patak under the performative. So yak teal. So it's not too dissimilar from Hiphil, right? You still have the eel bit. You still have the eel. I got an eel. The vowel at the front is different, but the patak under the performative. And we've seen this before in Jonah chapter 2. We've been beginning to see these, and we will in later videos continue to remind you of these. So don't worry if you think, well, this is a lot to memorize all of a sudden. What are you doing to me? It's okay. We will see these over and over again, and it will become second nature to you. The last stem is the Hophal, which is the H passive. And so you'll notice again, it's got all the right verbs, right? Hophal. It has all the same verbs as the perfect, except instead of the H on the front, it has a yod on the front. So we can now complete the song. Let me go back. I've got slides here. I can go back. Whoops, too far, too close. So the song is Katal, Nick Tal, Kitail, Kutal, Hit Katail, Hick Teal, Hook Tal, Yik Tol, Yikatail, Yakatail, Yakutal, Yitkatail, Yaktil, Yoktal. I'm going to do that song in a systematic chart one more time in the next video, and we will have hopefully started our path down to the second half of the course, where we're going to really nail down these stems as well as weak verbs. So we're on to it.